Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Which is the best figure? Which one should you go for between the Mezco Toys 1/12 scale Art the Clown on the left and the Neca Ultimate Art the Clown Blood-Soaked Edition on the right? Drop a like on the video for me, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at DKnight333. Now, although a little bit more difficult to find at the moment because it's a Walmart exclusive, although I have heard that after a certain amount of time this will be available pretty much everywhere. I don't know if that's true. But this is the one I've got, and it makes sense to compare it to the Mezco one because they are both arriving to you already covered in blood. Mezco do not offer a clean version of this figure at the moment, but Neca do. There is a clean version of this one. For the packaging, if you're into that kind of thing, I would definitely give it to the Neca figure. It's absolutely gorgeous artwork on the box. And on the back too, you've got some great images of the figure and inspiration for your poses. Mezco box is nice, it's just a picture of the figure on the front. The back of the Mezco box shows you everything that you get, and if you're in a store or a shop or whatever and you see this box and you pick it up, you've got a very clear idea of everything that it comes with, and even some poses at the bottom there to inspire you. The Neca Art the Clown figure here did not come with a base. The Mezco one does, and it's very nice. The Mezco figure comes with 3 separate head sculpts, all with different expressions. So 3 Art the Clown head sculpts with very accurate likenesses. We'll get a better look at that in a moment, but don't forget I have already reviewed these on the channel in detail, so definitely check out their individual reviews for a better look. The Neca figure comes with 1 head sculpt, but with 4 interchangeable faces, which are very easy to switch out, and the likeness again is very strong. Great expressions. The severed head from the pizzeria scene in the first movie lights up on the Mezco one. It does not light up with the Neca version, but that is equally well sculpted and painted. Both very good accessories. The Neca figure comes with 8 hands in total. The Mezco figure comes with 11 hands in total. I do prefer the blood work on the Mezco hands and the sculpts in general. The Neca figure does not have a double bend in the elbow, so that is as much as you can bend the elbow right there. The Mezco figure does have a double bend elbow, and you can bring the hand right up to the face, which is very handy for poses and photography. Now, when it comes to the posture of Art the Clown, which is important, and I did see a very recent clip of David Howard Thornton reacting to seeing his Fortnite Art the Clown character model, and he was talking about how he liked that they noticed and implemented into the character in the game that he has that kind of vulture-like hunch. And David Howard Thornton says when he goes into kill mode, or stalking his prey as Art the Clown, he usually hunches slightly, bringing his head forward, and he imagines a vulture. So I think Neca have captured that on the right. Not really possible to do it with the Mezco one because the head and neck are one piece, so you can tilt the head down, but you can't really get that vulture-like posture that the Neca one is able to do, and that is important. Looking at the 2 serious options for expressions on both figures, we'll come back to the likeness at multiple times in the video. We'll start off here with the more serious look. I love the way it looks on the Neca figure, and I love the way it looks on the Mezco one. I really am quite stuck here trying to decide which one looks better when it comes to this expression. Not that they're the same expression, but you get so many laughing sculpts, smiling, and these are for those more kind of rare moments and quite freaky moments where Art suddenly changes his expression to something like this. Slightly turn them to the side a little bit here, and this is the Mezco figure, and as small as it is, look how incredible the detail is on his face, his eyes, the whole sculpt. Now the hat doesn't look as convincingly painted and sculpted as a kind of felt-like hat that the Neca one has. That does look a bit more like the kind of material it's supposed to be, even though it's just sculpted. The eye work on the Neca figure not quite as well done, but they're not going off in different directions on any of the face plates, which is good. There is a price difference, even though this is a bigger figure and almost comes with the same amount of stuff. This one will cost you a little bit more. but you can pretty much see where your money's going. We have a real material outfit, which is very, very nicely put together. Mezco on the left. Both companies did a great job with his shoes, down to the sculpt, the size, the weathering, the damage. I'm just on the Mad About Horror website, and they don't have the blood-soaked edition on here at the moment, but I suspect they will do in the future. But they do have the clean version, which I still have to get. But you can see, I'd imagine they'd be very similar prices, hopefully. But the clean version of the Neca figure is £42.95. And the Mezco figure is out of stock at the moment, but that would set you back £119.95, which is significantly more expensive. Just to let you know about the price. I mean, you could get the clean version and the bloody version of the Neca figure, and still that would be cheaper than going for the Mezco 112. But even mentioning that, with the price difference with the Mezco figure here, there's just no denying that it has that personality nailed down to a fine art here. No pun intended. I've just rolled off the old noggin there. They've captured the essence of Art the Clown with David Howard Thornton within that makeup. It's all here in 1/12 scale. The accessories are amazing. This weapon from the second movie is brutal looking. I love that they included that. Every hand holds on to everything so well. It's easy to change out the hands, the heads. It's easy to hold on to some of the accessories. With the Neca figure, I found it was quite difficult to get certain weapons in his hands. He'd probably have a better time with it if you heated them up first. But I didn't have to do any of that with the Mezco one. But the personality here is on a different level with the Mezco figure, so you will pay more for it. But you'll see where that money goes. I mean, look at the detail of his teeth. How well they're painted. It's so sharp looking. The eyes, it's absolutely him. Or it. The Mezco figure's glasses, even though they're a different scale, do kind of work on the Neca figure. I think the clean version comes with glasses anyway, so yeah, they probably do look a bit too small, don't they? But they sit on his head okay. Definitely not easy choosing between these two. I mean, I thought for a moment I knew which one I was going to settle on at the end. But now I'm stuck again, because the Neca one just looks, because of the range of movement in his head and neck, you can really get him looking down, and it almost changes completely how the expression can come across. Again, noticing the texture on his hat looks very accurate. The blood they used was really nice. He's choosing between the gun or the drill at the moment. I think the blood work on the Neca figure is better. Close up on this head sculpt with the Mezco one. Again, fantastic. Not my favorite of the three. Something about the eyes on this one. Might be the position they've kind of painted them in. But the mouth, the nose, those cheekbones, the shape of the head, all fantastic. When we come over to the Neca figure here, it's looking down a fair bit. But you see the paint, the makeup, the black parts of his makeup, like the eyebrows above his actual real eyebrows. Like, you can see this kind of rough looking print effect, and the same with the lines that come out from the eyes as well. Doesn't really hold up to very close photography, you know. I still love it. Love that blood work. It looks amazing. But when you get really close up to it, even the blood on the face can look quite odd, like a printed effect. It just looks so good. You got a lot of movement in the head and neck there. How do they scale up with other figures from the same company? So here's Mezco Freddy from part 1 with Mezco Art the Clown from part 1. And I think Art should still be a little bit taller than that, but it's nice that he is taller than Freddy. I think the Neca figure conveys that kind of tall lankiness that he has in a more convincing way. It's just visually there, especially from the side profile. And I have still got him hunching quite far forward, but he's taller than Freddy. But I think he should still be a little bit taller than that, but it's nice that he is taller. That's how they look with Freddy. There's that personality shining through with the Mezco one again. Well, he cooks someone. And you get some really cool effects like this with the Mezco figure. including some interchangeable blood effects for your weapons, splatter and big blood sprays, and fire. Very difficult. I'm having a lot of trouble choosing which one to recommend over the other. You know I love them both, and it kind of depends what kind of collector you are. Maybe you don't have much stuff, you're really into the character and you just want something that's not going to cost too much, then obviously you get the Neca one, you know, because it's solid. It's absolutely incredible, one of the best horror figures they've produced. But if you are a little bit more hardcore into collecting and you're getting into Art the Clown, you will not be disappointed where the extra money went with the Mezco version. The head sculpts are incredible, especially this one. Great job on the outfit. I did add some more blood, couldn't help myself, but a really good body under there, and they're both fantastic. I recommend both of them, but I guess ultimately I do slightly prefer the Mezco Toys version, but only by the smallest fraction. I do genuinely love both of these. So I'm just landing over here a little bit more with the Mezco version. The one I'd recommend, you know, to everybody just in general, without any, you know, worry that I'm leading them down the wrong path, would be the Neca version, because just see how you go with that. You know, you don't spend too much on it and you get it for about £40 and you can have fun with it. And if you still feel that itch that needs scratching, you can think, right, do I really want to pay 120 or more if it's sold out everywhere and you have to rely on eBay? Do I really want to pay that for this? And it depends how much of an Art the Clown fan you are and whether you want to have those extra toys for him to play with. You want the real material outfit, the great articulation, the incredible head sculpts, and a nice base for him to stand on. Yeah, I'd have to recommend this one ultimately between the two, but you know I love them both, and you can't go wrong with the Neca one. And that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Which one would you recommend to someone out of these two? And I know the price is a pretty big factor, especially these days. I noticed on the Mad About Horror website the other day that they have one of those Syndicate Collectibles Pumpkinhead figures up there, the 1/6 scale one. It's an amazing piece. They have one in stock. I was surprised to see it there, and I definitely recommend someone spreads their wings and swoops down and snatches it up before someone else beats it to it. I just want more people to have that figure. Such an amazing creation. I'll bring you a updated horror shelf video very soon before Halloween. I'm also trying to arrange the werewolf section, which I've tried to spread out a little bit, but I'll update you soon on the channel with a video regarding all that display action up there. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do that. Just tap that button and then you'll get notifications every time a new video goes up, and they go up almost every day for the past 18 and a bit years. So I'm hard at it getting it done, and all your support means a lot. And what are your thoughts on my decision here, going with the Mezco on the left over the Neca on the right? Hurts me to say that, because I love them both. Genuinely. Amazing figures. Perfect job by Neca, really, and a perfect job by Mezco. I know everyone, you know, does say nothing's perfect, but come on, they're action figures. They're pretty damn close. As Terrifier fans, we should be very happy with what we have here, option-wise. There's more coming. See you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.